Masala Radio.
Good Masala Morning 98.7, and it is time to get update from our judge, Fort Bend County Judge KP George. Good morning, Judge KP George.
Good morning, sir. Unfortunately, there's so much going on, so I have 10 minutes. Please go ahead.
I'd like to know what the...
That,
it's, sir, you've got the toughest job. We are continuing to do what we are doing. I used to do radio, and I'm still doing radio, but for you, this is a whole new... This is a whole new spin on your duty. So I can imagine the kind of pressure and the kind of information that you need, because what you are deciding and what you are choosing is based on lots of different equations and variables. So how is
and the variables are changing.
Yes, the
right word is variables. It's continue to change.
It is. These are variables. Now I'm not facing. If I was thrown into, I am doing radio, and all of a sudden, if I was thrown into a whole different job, I would be stressed out. I'd be stressed out, and then you making the decisions that could hurt. I mean, if you decide something, it could help people, it could hurt people. So you've got some tough choices.
Yeah, it is. And actually, I just want your listeners to know that as of today, last night, we have 870 confirmed cases. And we have still 18 deaths, and that is actually staying pretty stable.
Yeah, the death numbers seem to be staying stable. And just like you warned last time that these positive cases are going to go up, and we were at some 377, 500, and you said it was going to go up, and they have.
The simple reason is we have more testing available.
Right.
That's the reason why. Yeah, and so the more you test, I tell you, a lot of people are talking about, they want to go back to work and all that. I completely understand that. But that's where you have to draw a fine line. When is it safe to do, and how safe it is, and so as I mentioned last time, we formed a disaster recovery task force, and they are in conjunction with all the Chamber of Commerce's and Fort Bend EDC, Economic Development groups, and they all are part of that, and they are actually working together with our Health and Human Services, because our doctors have to tell us it is okay, let's go ahead, because that is so important, because we cannot make any irresponsible decision. As you know, there are so many garbage stuff people put out, and somebody texted me, one guy in Fort Bend County was saying, there is 47,000 people commit suicide in the U.S., and this is a while ago, and coronavirus death is nowhere near, kind of thing. It's absolutely a ridiculous comparison to begin with, and an interesting thing is, since he said that, the number is getting close to 47,000.
It is, but suicide is not contagious. If one person takes his or her life, it's not contagious. Somebody else, but here, if you got corona, you're gonna pass it on to people, and this is a contagious disease. How can you compare traffic accidents, suicides with corona?
That's a ridiculous thing going on. But also another thing. That 47,000 people decided to take their life. This 46,000 people died. They had no
voluntarily. You're right. Yeah, these 46,000 did not want to die. They're dying because it's not a choice that they made. But now our numbers are going up. 900,000. We're gonna be 900,000, 46,000, and here we are opening up, and Texas is made sort of like this poster child for reopening the economy. How are you? What's your thought on reopening economy, reopening Fort Bend, reopening the parks, and
I tell you, the economic, the task force we put together, they are working towards a soft opening. in the sense, still we are going to completely put out guidelines where, you have to social distance. You have to keep 100% personal hygiene. You have to, wear mask and, gloves and things of that nature. And exercise. These details are out there a million times. It's been repeated. But the thing about it is, don't think, as soon as Governor Abbott said we are planning to reopen, the volume on our highways went up. So I understand that people want to get back, and I get that. I do. But the thing about it is, we don't want what happened in New York. We don't want, and we are nowhere near. But in New York area, especially in the city and tri-state area, somebody was saying the other day, everybody who is alive knows somebody died. Either they related to them or they know their coworker or somebody like that.
That is crazy. Everybody alive knows somebody who died.
Somebody who died. And so the point is, you're talking about in a city area, but think about 46,000. Missouri City's population is 85,000. Okay? So basically we're saying
half of Missouri City.
Yeah, just died.
Yeah. And
come on, you have to.
And what you said earlier makes sense, that these are people that involuntary, they did not want to die. You speed in the road, let's say you speed in the road, and okay, you didn't want to die, but I mean, there are traffic accident numbers that people are comparing to coronavirus. Those are people that are risking their lives, speeding on the road, doing things, they're getting into traffic accident. But this is a disease. This is completely involuntary. The amount of pain people go through, and they inflict other people with this. This is not good news. You cannot compare corona.
And also understand, when you cannot breathe, there is American Lung Association have a slogan. I always used to listen to it. They said, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters when you cannot breathe.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is a death, you get suffocated. And it's a horrible death. And if a bullet come onto your head, you die instantly.
Yeah.
But this is a death you suffocate yourself for maybe 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, a week, and then eventually you die.
Oh my God.
That is, and I have seen people.
KP, it sounds like a curse. It sounds more like a curse.
It is. And so I just want people to, and there are so many comparisons, and you know what, to be honest with you, there is no comparison.
Yeah, this is very unique. So now, what is? Are we doing something from Friday? Is this mandate going to take?
No, we really don't have it, because I don't want to give some. I know people are listening, and I don't want to give out something I'm not definite.
Right.
If for example, if governor come and say everybody go back to work, nothing I can do to stop that.
Right.
But the thing about it is, I will still put out guidelines to follow. Fort Bend, I am very proud of Fort Bend residents. Most part, they all followed our instruction, and that's the very reason why. Our cases are much lower, our death is much lower, and our recovery rate is much higher. And God bless. Let's keep it, because when you're alive, you could do business later.
Yeah, that's true. Right? That's true. Just stay alive. You go to work, you'll go to business. Just stay alive. And don't be in such a rush. I do like his conservative approach to this. We're playing with life. Let's not rush it. We don't need to rush it. Take 1 or 2 weeks. What difference is a few weeks? KP is not saying that you need to be quarantined for the rest of the year. I think a few weeks. Let a couple of more weeks go. And then
be safe, and don't think it doesn't affect you. It does. And if it doesn't affect you, you could be a carrier. You're giving it to somebody else. So one way or other, it affects you. You affect the society or the community, the family you're part of. And so be responsible, and we will get back. And I have no doubt. We are, the majority of the people already got money from the federal government. The businesses are getting their money, and we will prevail. And we will not die of hunger, but we can definitely die. It's not like we cannot die. My point is, we will survive.
We will survive. We will survive, and we will thrive. And I always end our talk with one last question. If you were to decide, if today you were to think about extending the mandate and you were to decide it today, it's just a hypothetical question. What would you do? Would you after April 30th, if you had to choose that today, what would you do?
This morning, we are, as you know, we are closely watching it, and I don't know if this morning I have to sign it. Maybe I will extend it for a week or so, but sometime first week, second week, our hope. It changes every day. It is nothing concrete. I wanted to have some kind of a soft opening in sometime in the first, second, third week of May, and that's what we are working towards.
That's very
good.
In
order to accomplish that goal, we need to be staying on course and get information from our website and places like that. We put all that information absolutely.
So the soft opening would still mean that social distance, wear your mask. Is it still to-go restaurants, or would you open up restaurants?
Restaurants might be too hard.
Okay.
And we will look at soft opening is we are testing the water.
I see.
Seeing how it is going. And so a soft opening, a good example is maybe a dry cleaner. You drop off to the curb and, evening you go and pick it up from the curb. You don't even have to go inside the store. And that might be a very good example. There are numerous services out there you could do like that.
So
we
really, guys, just please, just be patient. Just be patient.
Yeah.
Don't get don't get anxious. Be patient. And KP George, whatever he's deciding, it is for our, like he said earlier, अगर तुम्हारा जान रहेगा, अगर तुम जिंदा रहेंगे तो काम पे जाओगे ना. If you're alive, you're gonna go to work. So it may be sometime in May, but it's okay. It's okay. Together we will prevail. And you are deciding. You are taking all this pressure and hiring or getting all these people to work on important things. And you know what, Bhai, we just appreciate your service to our community, and thank you for giving us the updates.
Thank you, Sunil. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
That was KP George.